How's Purple Rain been doing?
She's good, bro.
Is that her official name?
Purple Rain, yep. She got good gas mileage already.
And you got some plates too, dog?
She's ready, bro. It's the daily, man. I think it's too quiet. Makes me want to fall asleep when I drive.
Needs a hood exit?
It needs something, dude. Maybe a little... whatever makes that sound.
What's going on, guys? Today we are going to be working on Wago. Sorry, we got some elementary school kids just getting out of class. But we're gonna be working on Wago today, and I've been waiting on this package that just came in for quite some time now. This is like the main thing I've been waiting on to get Wago up and going. This right here is a traction bar kit from Innovative. If you're an EF guy, you should already know about this, but for those of you who don't know, these EFs come factory with a traction bar, I guess if you want to call it. It's really like a torsion bar. It has a front piece that comes up right here with two rods that go back to the control arms, and that keeps those in place from moving around. And if you guys remember, the really OG subscribers will know that this is one of the first things I ever bought when we first started this channel. I got this thing off eBay when I was first putting the eBay kit on my wagon. This was like $100 back then, and it served me pretty good, but there are some things I don't like about this. It is obviously built pretty cheaply, but it did the job. But the main reason I don't like it is because of how they mounted it. They made this one to be mounted off of the 3 factory tow hook bolts, and the reason why that didn't really work for me is even if you got them really tight, they would eventually loosen up just a little bit, and then that would cause this whole thing to rock back and forth. When you would give the car gas, the tire would actually still come forward and just bend this whole thing forward. And the holes are pretty big right here compared to the factory bolt holes, so they would loosen up and then this thing would just slop around. And I tried Loctiting them. I actually ended up busting a couple nuts off in the past because of all the movement. So overall, I just didn't like it. If you guys remember old videos of the wagon, my whole tire would just jump forward when I would accelerate, and that's because this thing just would not stay held down. And this is not how they did the factory one. They mounted the factory one with 2 bolt holes going directly up into the subframe right here, and they did not use these 3. If you look right here, all my nuts on this one are completely gone, and then this one only has one of them left. Pretty sure those were not meant to hold up that track bar, so maybe that's part of the reason why it flopped around so much. But long story short is that did not work for me. And actually, here, take this real quick. Can show them, it's not even jacked up right now. Can show them how much it moves without it. And if you were to jack the car up, it would move a lot more than this, but with nothing on there, you can just see the whole tire rock back and forth. And that's because these have just like a control arm that comes straight out, and then there's nothing else holding it. The EKs and EGs don't need it because they have like an A-arm design, so all that is kind of built into it. It has like 2 mounting points on the control arm for like an EK, as far as these only have 1 mounting point that just comes straight out, so there's nothing holding it from going back and forth. So that's why they need these track bars. I actually still have the stock one for this over there. It's been laying out there for like 2 years. You can grab it real quick just to show.
Yeah, that moves a lot without... I didn't know it moved that much.
Oh yeah, it moves a lot, and that's like still on the ground.
Yeah.
You jack it up, it's like... So we definitely shouldn't have driven it around like that. Yeah, there's the old one. It's been here for a good couple years. It's part of the ground now. Picking it up real quick. Back when Wago was stock. I tossed it out here.
That was part of the ground just now.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the factory one. And as you can see, the bolt holes on that, they go straight up into the subframe and not into where the tow hook holes are supposed to go. So yeah, this is the eBay one, and they mounted it to the side for the tow hook, and that is not a good design, which I later found out. And this one is obviously the factory one, and this uses 2 beefy bolts that go right up into the subframe, and there's no way that this can flex back and forth. With this one, since it's mounted from the side, it can still flex once those come loose. It moved around so much, it was crazy. And my intercooler would actually like scoot forward when I do a pull, and it was like pushing into my bumper really hard. So yeah, definitely needed to get rid of that. That's why I did not put this one back on. And then that brings us to the new Innovative track bar kit. So just got this in today. I already opened it up, but haven't really taken a good look at it yet. So this is their new race series track bar kit. Comes with this bag girl right here. It says lift on it. I'm guessing that's where you can like put a jack to lift up the whole front of the car. It has some extra metal right there for a jack point right in the middle.
That's way nicer than that.
Makes it nice and easy, yeah. So yeah, if you can compare that guy to this one, it's obviously way different, and then they use the factory bolt holes like it should be. So you know this guy's not gonna move at all. And it still has tow hooks right here on the front. And then we got the 2 arms going back. Some bad girls right there. Fully billet.
That's billet?
Dang, look at that. Damn. Innovative mounts.
Man, they're stepping their game up.
Yeah, I think they just came out with this actually as well. This is a new product from them. So, yeah, I'm not sure which way it's supposed to go, up or down. I'm looking at it, I mean, you'd think Innovative would go up so you can see it, but it also kind of looks like it might go down. I don't know. I'll ask him. But yeah, that's gonna go in just like that. And then these 2 bolt to the control arm. This is like right under where the fork is at. And then that keeps the control arm from not being able to go anywhere because it's anchored down to that point right there. And the main reason I was waiting on this to come in is because obviously don't want to drive it without that because the tire is just going to flop around even though we did drive it. But also I'm going to mount my radiator off of this as well. So without this, there's really no bar running along the bottom to mount anything to. So I was waiting on this so I could mount the radiator to it, get all the coolant ran, and then that's another thing that I obviously need to do before I can drive it, or else it's just going to overheat. Even though all you guys were giving me crap for not driving it with coolant. There's a lot of guys that run no coolant in their cars. Cletus. But
running 7s, no coolant.
Yeah, and I just went around the block. No, I'm joking, but yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thrown on, and then I'm not sure if we'll have everything to get the radiator mounted up just yet, but we're just gonna see how far we can get. But yeah, this thing's badass. So huge thanks to Innovative.
I mean, if you want me to take over, dog, I'll rip that thing off. I'm not saying there won't be any hose.
Right, I'll let Emilio do it. He's been hitting the gym lately.
Put me under pressure. Oh, man.
She's not messing around.
All right, man, I'm weak. I mean, no, let me try it again. No, I can't give up like that.
Oh, she's on there good.
All right, yep. Next. I loosened it up for you. There's no way, dude. That thing is glued on there. Oh, I see your technique. Shit. Oh, man. That thing hasn't been off in years.
Nope. Ever since Wago's been turboed. There we go. It's way too close to the slave and stuff. And I put it right on it.
You couldn't set it like this.
A little sideways. Yeah, could do that too.
Doesn't look like it's bending.
Nope. I think solid.
The new lift point.
Yep. That's nice. I like just jacking them up in the front like that. It's like my hatch with the weight plate. Makes it easy.
Yeah.
And another nice thing about this traction bar kit is that it actually uses both bolt holes right here. Whereas the eBay one just used one, and then you're supposed to use like this little ghetto spacer thing for the other hole. So you don't need any of that nonsense anymore. And then I just got the text from Ken, who's the owner of Innovative. He said that this side goes up. These tapers right here add for additional pulley clearance on the crank pulley right there, because I guess the crank pulley, especially in a K-swap EF, gets pretty close to this track bar right here. So they added this taper right there to give it some more clearance. So this guy faces up just like that, and yeah, it just goes right in. So I'm gonna slap her in real quick, and Wago will be all set to go.
Things are pretty beefy, dude, compared to those. These arm things.
Oh yeah, those are some thick girls.
Some thick ones, man.
Extra thick. Think solid. All right, so we got the new Innovative track bar all installed. Just found out that I need some new front wheel bearings. but the tires don't move back and forth anymore at all, which is good. That thing is solid, but they do have a little in and out play once it's jacked up in the air. But yeah, this thing is completely solid now. That traction bar is gonna work great. You can just tell it goes together really solid. And right now we're working on mounting up the radiator, just so we have something so we can drive it around. This isn't gonna be the final spot for the radiator, but for right now, we're gonna mount it sideways right here on the corner front of the driver's side. And we're just gonna set it sideways right in there like that. Just gonna make a bracket going from this 10mm bolt right here out to the top of the radiator. We already have this hose that fits really nice that will go to the top of the head right there. We'll make a bracket on top. Then we'll probably just zip tie the bottom pegs to secure them in place for right now. And then we just need to run the bottom radiator line, put all this stuff together right here, and then she'll be ready to go. It also needs a little sideways twist to it.
Nice, okay. Almost like you fab a little bit, you know.
It's been a minute.
Voila.
Done. All right, so we got the radiator mounted. We got all of our coolant lines ran. We got this thermostat housing all put together. This guy just needs a worm clamp right here. That is the last clamp before everything is done. We also got all of the heater lines that go under here ran. We got this other coolant line that goes to this upper coolant housing right here ran. Goes down in there. We have the K-tuned upper coolant housing that they sent with us, so we are using that. We got the upper radiator line ran, and then we also have the two heater hoses ran back here. We took the manifold off just to have some more room to get to those guys. Then there were a couple of ports that we plugged off that we're not gonna need. A couple of these run to like the throttle body for the fast idle control valve. We're just gonna delete that. This one right here already has a little clamp on it, and then this guy also does need a little zip tie or something to hold that from popping off. I'll probably put a little metal worm clamp on there actually, so it doesn't heat up and pop off under pressure. But yeah, other than that, the coolant system is all ready to go. Just gotta get those couple clamps on there, get her topped off with some water or coolant, and then that will be all ready. And as you guys just saw earlier, we got the front traction bar all put together, and right now we are actually working on making a shift linkage bracket to fit the factory D-series shifter and cables. In an older video, I said that that wouldn't work because the wagon shifter is backwards compared to a K-series shifter as far as the forward and backwards motion goes. The side to side on the shifter is the same, but when you go forward into like first gear or third or fifth, that forward motion, on this one, it pushes the cable the other way. So first gear is normally all the way to the left and forward. If I hooked it up with this one, first gear would be all the way to the left and backwards, and then second would be forward, and then third gear would be where fourth is normally at, and then fourth would be where third is normally at. So it's kind of all mirrored, but the side to side motion is the same. So it will be kind of weird, but I think I want to try it because it does look really easy to make a shift bracket to hold those cables. It should be really fast and easy. We're just gonna go get some metal real quick, and I think it's not gonna be too bad, but it will be kind of weird to drive it like that. And I just kind of want to see. I think it'd be pretty interesting to make it work with the factory wagon shifter. And later on, I do plan on throwing a K-series shifter in there with a normal K-series bracket, and then everything will be normal again. But everything's already put together inside, and I honestly think we can whip this out in like 20-30 minutes and have it working with all of the factory wagon stuff. And then I just have to shift slow and remember that the gears are a little backwards. But yeah, it's something I wanted to try out real quick, so we're gonna go ahead and get started on that.
What are you doing right now, bro? Are you playing fabricator today?
Don't worry about it. That's gonna be a shift bracket here in a second. Like that.
All right, let's snap into it then, man.
So now we just have to find out where that needs to be welded down. So we got the first bracket kind of fabbed up. We just drilled 2 holes into a piece of steel, bolted that down, and then we hole sawed a hole for the linkage, then sawzawed a notch into it so it can drop down in there, and then this nut just tightens it together against that. This one we still have to do, and then how we set this up so that it was level in the car, I just had Emilio hold the shifter in the center, and then I had the transmission in neutral. Then I marked where I needed to weld this piece onto that plate. But that one's ready to go. Go ahead and push it forward and backwards. Feel good?
Yeah, it's right where it needed to be.
Hell yeah. So yeah, that one's good. So now we just have to get the other one fabbed up, and then she'll have some gears. And here we have a homemade shift cable bracket made completely out of 2-inch steel strip. Got it all welded together. I couldn't get the angle on this back one perfect. As you can see, it's a little bit of an angle as compared to this one, which has a straight shot to the linkage on there. But the cable's not long enough for this one to go completely straight onto it, so I had to sit at a little bit of an angle. But it's gonna work. We already tested it out. I also added this little piece of welding wire right there to give this back one some support, because there's nothing really holding it. And yeah, gonna slap her on, and that should work for now.
Ooh, you almost had it.
Oh,
damn.
Shit. When you don't have headlights, you put a light bar on it.
Bro, that's better than your headlights, dude.
Damn.
Look how bright it is.
I think it's bright as shit.
I mean, you got distance on it too.
Bro, only the OG subscribers will know about that bad girl. That hasn't been on Wago in probably almost a year and a half at least.
I like it, dude. It's like the rally edition of Wago.
That's sick. So it got dark out, and we've been working on Wago. We got water put into the cooling system. We had a couple issues. There was a plug on the back that didn't have a plug in it, or a port that didn't have a plug in it, and that was leaking. So we had to plug that up. And what else we did? Oh yeah, we also got the alternator put on as well. Wired that up, so the alternator is charging now. And yeah, we were just bleeding off all the coolant, getting all the air bubbles out. And we just got that light bar on because we want to go drive it and get some food. And we don't have headlights because I still need to wire all the headlights, run the wires through the fenders and extend those. And yeah, so we just threw the light bar on there for now, and it's topped off on coolant. I think we're about to go try to go get some food in it, mob it around.
Go.
Hopefully we don't get pulled over. But she's ready, dude. Radiator's all mounted up nice. We're just gonna rock the Sidewinder with the up pipes right now. I'm also gonna bring the Honda with me to double check the coolant, make sure it doesn't get too hot, watch the temperatures and everything. And then, yeah, we also got the shifter all hooked up. That's all ready to go.
The cable too. We got the cable on.
Which cable? Oh yeah, the throttle cable. We made a homemade throttle cable out of a piece off the Honda. Made that work, so we have a throttle cable now. So she's ready to go.
Cruising, bro.
Wago's riding out, dude.
Look how bright those lights are.
Dude, that light bar does work. Emilio's sitting in the back too because we have a whole bunch of wires up front. And we don't want to accidentally kick something and disconnect it because it's like a rat's nest right now up there. But she's going. We got to get some gas. Wago made it to the gas station. Her first drive in a long time.
She's out.
She has coolant now, so you guys won't yell at me. Has kind of a headlight, has the alternator, has a shift linkage, has a throttle cable.
Yeah, that headlight's secure, dog. That ain't going nowhere.
No, dude, those hose clamps are tight. It fits so perfect too. Look at that.
It is. It's speed, bro.
Dude, it's so sick.
Yeah.
Wago's coming along finally. Oh, she just topped off. Let's go get some food.
You know it's getting close when we take it to go get something to eat.
Yep. When we take the cars to go get food, they're only a couple days away from being turboed. Where to, sir?
feel like I'm in an Uber right now.
Oh shit, watch the camera. I should just Uber people in Wago.
That would be sick.
Once it's fully built.
That would be fucking sick.
Yeah, we also brought the laptop with us to watch the coolant. I think I already said that earlier, but she's doing all right. Definitely need to top it off after the thermostat opened up though.
Yeah.
The top radiator line's a little empty.
It's at
But
190.
yeah, she wasn't doing too bad.
It's cold out right now.
Yeah, we don't have a hood either or front bumper, so that should help keep it cool.
So yeah, better look at the shifter. Reverse is right there. That's reverse normally where fifth would be at. And then first gear is down here. And then second is there. Third is there. Fourth, fifth. So it's kind of weird, but it works.
Mission success. Wago made it. Got some food. How's that lamb pad thai, bro?
Honestly, I've been missing out, bro. You always get this and
I know, it's so
This is
good.
the first time I got it. Bro, I can't believe this is what you've been eating the whole time and I've been eating like shrimp. Oh, it's dangerous, dog. I can't come here anymore.
It's too good.
It's too good.
I know, I can only order this now. Like, they have
It's
pho
like,
and everything else here.
How could you eat anything else? Pretty damn good.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
I hear a Subaru. I'm gonna have to go.
Free gaps tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna go chase that guy down.
Well, we got pulled over.
Hey, but you got insurance.
Yeah, I'm glad I brought that.
Reason I'm contacting you, you're driving with no headlights on?
I just had that front light.
Yeah, you can't drive with that on.
No?
No, those are considered auxiliary lights. Can't have them on the roadway. All right, Kyle, I'm going to give you your license back. Also going to give you a business card. Traffic stop is a warning. Okay? Please don't let me see you driving out with those auxiliary lights on. They're for use off-road or on private property.
Alright,
Okay?
I
So
understand.
get home, park it. Don't be driving it anymore tonight.
Okay. My apologies.
All right? All right, have a good one, man.
Thank you.
Got a nice cop, bro.
We good.
It's so loud, dude. Oh shit. Go, 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 go. Get out of here, bro.
We out.
So loud, bro. Oh, man.
She made it.
I only got pulled over
And we-
once.
Dude, every time I'm in Wago, I get pulled over, I swear. I've gotten pulled over the most in Wago for sure. Then of course the day we get it running, first time out, get pulled over. Can't blame him though. But yeah, he made it. We just need to get the headlights wired up, get the front end back together, and figure out if we're gonna turbo kit it right away or something, because Roman's gonna need that Sidewinder manifold back pretty soon. But she's getting there. The alternator's working great. She was charging the whole time. I'm stoked. Wago's getting there. We also need to take it to a drive shaft shop and get a drive shaft done for it. Everyone in the comments thought that I was going to do it myself, and I did not. I don't know how that came across, but I did not plan on doing it myself. I am going to take it to a shop for them to cut it and shorten it for me and rebalance it. Well, we made it back in Wago, got some food, and I know we've taken Wago around the block in the past, but that was definitely the first time we have actually driven it, and she did really good. We got pulled over, didn't get a ticket because of my headlights. I don't know how he didn't notice the exhaust and all the other stuff, but thankfully we got a nice cop. He let us go, and I'm definitely gonna put the headlights on it next time I drive it. But yeah, Wago's up and going. Emilio's getting out of here pretty soon. Thank you for the help. Also, I know some of you guys noticed this Brazzers banner in the background. You guys have been commenting about it. Someone actually sent this a while back. I believe they sent it originally from the minivan. If you guys remember, I said if you want some like soccer mom related stuff on the van, you can send me some stickers and we'll put them on the back. This came about that time, a little bit after though, and I've just kind of had it ever since, and I thought it looked kind of cool on Wago. I don't know if I'll actually put it on there, but if you guys think I should, I mean, I'll send it. I know Emilio doesn't like it that much, but I think it's pretty funny. Or if you have any other ideas, let me know. We can throw it on Purple Rain.
Oh, no stickers on the...
Put it on the Hondaroo.
No. No, thank you.
But yeah, got a lot done on Wago. Obviously you guys saw everything, but radiator, coolant, shifter, all kinds of stuff, alternator. She's getting there, guys. So now, next thing on the list after we get all the wiring cleaned up and everything, I want to move my regulator because there's going to be a turbo sitting right there eventually. But it's not going to be too long until we get a turbo kit thrown on her, start making some power. But she's getting there. So, it's going to be it for this video, guys. As always, thanks for watching.